I can do anything.
Chapter 1 seemed great when I first played it, but in retrospect, it's so lackluster. Looking back at it, its only highlights were Lancer and Juggle. Even though this chapter was quite short and boring, it served as a great introduction for Deltarune, but it just gets outshined by everything else. Massive step up from chapter 1. However, personally, I think this chapter was a bit too long, like it had too much filler. We do not need a 3-minute unskippable cutscene about Birdley's backstory. Besides that though, Queen is like top 5 villains for me, and having other Lightners be a major part of this chapter is really cool. And the knockout style final boss was really fun. Also, Spamton is my favorite secret boss. Even then though, the rest of the chapters on this list were just better in every way. I absolutely loved this chapter. First off, seeing so much life out of the Fun Gang during the board sections was amazing, and the physical challenges were so fun to play. Also, Tenna is a great character. Look at him, how can somebody hate this guy? And the cherry on top was us seeing the Roaring Knight for the first time, and my mouth was just wide open throughout the whole scene and fight. One thing I didn't like though was the Shadow Mantle quest. Like, how am I supposed to know that I need to get an S rank on both boards to get a vital armor for the secret boss? Like, a zapper literally tells you at the beginning that your ranks don't matter. Besides that though, great chapter. This by far has to be the most controversial chapter yet. Some people say that the chapter was way too lighthearted, and while yes, I agree that it could have used more story heavy points, I still can't ignore this being the funnest chapter gameplay wise. I didn't really like the festival portion, but besides that though, all the flowers were just great characters. Like, it's crazy how I went from hating Flowery to rooting for him by the end. Also, the 2D platformer sections were the most fun I've ever had in this game, and the OST was an absolute banger. On the other hand though, I didn't really like Pink as a secret boss. Her fight was great, it's just that I don't see the lore relevance here. Finally, I wish that they gave Asgore more screen time. Like, bro was done dirty in both Undertale and Deltarune. Even though this chapter was great, it still gets beat by number 1. Literal peak. First off, the Lightworld section was surprisingly good. Not to mention, the lore and story of this chapter was definitely the best this game has to offer. And Gerson is one of, if not my favorite character. Speaking of characters, this chapter's characters were great too. I think the multiple Dark Worlds thing was great and should definitely happen again. Also, the Hammer of Justice secret boss being based on Undyne's attacks from Undertale made the fight 10 times better. As for its ending, it's definitely my favorite. We defeated a literal titan with the help of Gerson, and also realized that this just got way more serious. And that's it. If you disagree with me, then fight me in the comments. My opinion is objectively correct either way.